Aloha, friends and family. Squirrely has come over to hang out and eat some peanuts with the baby. Can't see her at the moment. She's somewhere over there. Anyway, I want to try to explain something that's kind of complex, but it's really, really good news. It's really good news. But if you don't see it, you're not going to see it, and you're not going to know it's good news. So let's have a chat. All right. So as we know, the controllers have been in control of everything for a long time via the monetary plexus, right? And they damn near dominated the whole world with it. Newsflash, the government created Bitcoin, not some Chinese guy in a cave. They created it because they knew that over time they were going to move the entire monetary system into the digital space. And seemingly, just make the whole transition while staying in control of it. And they do have, as much control over it as they have over Bitcoin. But what they can't control is the blockchain technology, is the decisions of the people, of humans. They can influence the hell out of people and turn them into NPCs, yes, and thus they will control their decision making to a large degree. But as people are shifting out of that old matrix and those old thought patterns and those old cyclical ways of thinking, they're going to slowly discover their freedom again. They're going to slowly discover their power again. All right? This all has to do with cryptocurrency. So other cryptocurrencies on other blockchains came into existence by co-creators. One of those cryptocurrencies is XRP. XRP is designed to run in the nest, if you will. In the nest. What's the nest? The center of the economic paradigm. But wait a minute, they already have something there. What is it? Bitcoin and its subsequent Ethereum. And we find out, because these people aren't as genius as they think they are, that it's very clunky technology, it's energy inefficient, it's slow, so it doesn't really work well for other applications. XRP works as a perfect application as far as banking and doing cross-border payments and high liquidity, things of that nature. It's designed for that, so it's custom tailored. But the system, the people in the nest, the people at the center that had, see, I'm going to say it in past tense now, because they had the power, they had it, the control. But now they lose it. So XRP comes along and they don't like it because it has the ability to make the other one look inferior, to make Bitcoin look inferior. And it will in the future. This is what people don't know, though. People don't know what to make of all this, and they certainly haven't put these bigger pieces of the puzzle together to see the bigger picture that's happening right before everyone's eyes, minute by minute, drop by drop. It's a slow flood. And it scares a lot of people, and it makes a lot of other people excited. So it all comes down into how you see it, because this is all psychology, my friends. All of life in this training simulation is about psychology, and that psychology leads us to understanding, where we go actually beyond psychology, because psychology has to do with the mind of the man, the mind of the avatar. But let's get into the psychology, if you will, of the spirit. Let's get into the understanding of the mind of the spirit, man or woman, or both. And are we not both? Are we not both? We're just represented in the physical by one or the other, because again, this world of duality gives you all the options, all the sides, all the extremities. So XRP is restoring the balance of power so that the people in the nest don't continue to monopolize and control everything like they have been for many years. And now people have the ability, not with their vote in some rigged, better watch out, I might say the wrong thing. It doesn't come down to their vote in a system, in that system. It'll come down to a vote with their everyday actions, their everyday thoughts, and what they put their money, their focus, their time, their attention into. And those things will be promoted. Those things will become what everybody wants. So again, it always comes down to choices. What do we want? What do we all want? And see, what we've all wanted has been restricted because of this system and the people in the nest that have it on lock, that had it on lock. Right? So now we're moving into the digital space globally. Now finances will be decentralized. Now the people themselves will be in direct control of how the exterior reality unfolds, because all the barriers are going to be removed, and all the obstacles are going to be removed, and it's going to be the same playing field for them as it is for us. Every single human entity will be on the same playing field. And so you're going to play by the same rules I have to play by. And who's going to decide those rules? It won't be the people in the nest anymore, because everybody's going to throw them the middle finger and move to wherever it is in the digital space they want to move. And they're going to be moving to XRP, because XRP is the bullied, beat down kid that was only trying to do the right thing, was really doing something, thinking about everybody and not just thinking about their greedy self or their little clique, their greedy little club in the nest, in the cult. So this month coming up, April, there's already slated to be $1 trillion more is going to come into the crypto space. Okay, just recently here we hit our all-time high. We had our all-time high closing of how much money is in the crypto space, and it's around 2 trillion. Okay, so half of that, another trillion, is coming into the space in April. As everybody that follows XRP knows, the scandalous SEC lawsuit has done nothing but expose more of the corruption of the people in the nest. And they're looking like the fools they are, just like the people in other positions of power in our country are looking like the fools they are. And doesn't it feel like there's a lot of people that seem to be just kind of watching this as a movie? In other words, there's another system of control, if you will. I say that with quotes because I'm not meaning necessarily a dictatorial, dark control, but a confident, knowing control. Knowing that, when these people and when these systems and when these old ways of thinking and when these old ways of doing things is seen for what it is, then it will just fade away. Because everybody's going to pull their power, their belief, their coercion, if they got duped, if they got scammed, if they got tricked, if they got indoctrinated, if they got hypnotized by the TV, if they got educated in a system that was really trying to conform their psychology. But now they see it. Now they see it in all these different manifestations, all these different places, all these different people. And then what do we on the sidelines watching all this, what effect does that have on us? Like, what are we to do? And it's so odd, isn't it, that the thing to do is just observe it. Just watch. I'm not saying do nothing and be inactive. Do whatever. That's a whole different topic. But as far as what do we directly do as a result of seeing all this? What action should be taken? And first and foremost, it is observe. Observe, watch, learn, change. And then that will seep into your everyday actions in life. And you'll just, again, intuition, you will intuitively know what is right, what is true, what is the path, and what is the outcome even. So this is not financial advice. This is just entertainment. There's my disclaimer. But this is a once-in-a-lifetime happening. This directly ties in with what a lot of people in the spiritual community have been talking about, the transition, the shift, the change. And one of the main things we've learned through all this is patience. Patience. We get geared up and hyped up and we want shit to happen. We want to see action. And it's not that we're not seeing it. It's again, observe, just observe the whole thing. All of it. So the crypto space is blowing up because everything as far as system of value in this paradigm, in this world, is going to be digitized. Now they did that on purpose by creating Bitcoin and subsequent Ethereum. Expensive, slow technology that works for a system of value, great, but that's about it. We're actually going to use the technologies, have the technologies functioning in everyday life. And so we're recreating the financial system. And when I say we, I mean we the people. Yeah, the technologies have been created. Somebody else co-created those, but they were made for us, we the people. And so we the people have the ability to co-create this new financial system and this new world, if you will, however we want to. However we want to. And again, the good ideas, the good technologies, the things that give all of us a better life, a better possibility at life, are going to be the things that people support and people back. And so those are going to be the technologies that grow. Those are going to be the cryptocurrencies that exist, that stay around, that rise up to be legitimate currencies in the new digital financial system. And so the whole topic of, tracking, privacy, all that could come into play. But again, if the systems that would use that technology against the people are seen, that's it. All you got to do is see it. So once you see it, again, what happens? You withdraw from it. You take back your power. You say, no, I'm not going to be a part of that. And so in this new system, there will be all these different blockchains, all these different systems of value, if you will. And the ones that people don't believe in or don't see the light in or don't want to support or know that the people are blatantly trying to screw them over and rob them and keep them suppressed and, even limit their speech to where I have to watch out what I say. I got to censor myself right now talking because all I'm doing is thinking out loud and putting it to voice. And I have to censor that? And really? There's certain things I can say and they're going to be like, oh no, this video cannot, go into the collective consciousness. We must shield them from such things. We must save them from such thinking. Or is it you just don't want to be seen for what you are? And I'm somebody that can clearly see you for who you are. And explain it in a way that people can understand it. And so therefore you lose your power. Not because I took it from you, but because, again, all we have to do is see, observe, and then make the changes, necessary changes. Take back your power. Don't support it. Don't be a part of it. And so we didn't have a choice for so long, seemingly. We didn't have a choice. You had a choice, but the choice could have came with a bunch of shitty consequences that made your life a fucking pain in the ass and difficult. And the way that they got that system, running, who are you going to talk to about it? Who are you going to complain to? Who's going to understand? You might have a lot of people that understand because it's happened to them too in their own way, in their own circumstances, but you couldn't talk to too many people that would understand if you started talking on an understanding level. So you were just, alone. But that's all changing because now we're all going to have access to, real-time interaction on a you could say in a global space. Because again, we can interact with anybody anywhere in the whole world, peer to peer, and now we're going to be able to do this with our money, with our value, with our whatever it is we're co-creating and building, and we can join together to do it. We can get rid of that greedy middleman and get rid of Oz hiding behind the curtain, pulling all the levers and strings. We're just going to throw him out. That's all. And we're not even going to throw him out. He's just going to go out of business because nobody's going to shop there anymore. Nobody's going to be strong-armed to accept the dollar, forced to borrow money using the dollar. That's the most corrupt thing in the Matrix. That became the most corrupted thing in the Matrix, the dollar. But it was directly tied to this network that I'm talking about, the Nest. That was their weapon of control. Okay, that's being dissolved. So think about it. Think about what you could possibly do to hedge yourself, to make a little bit of money or a lot of money in, I'll just say, the virtual space. Because they've made it difficult to do it in the physical space out there. They put their thumb on everybody. And so why should you not profit from the transition? Because they're all going to keep their wealth. They're all going to increase their wealth. But they're not going to increase their power, and they're not going to increase their domination, I don't think. But again, it comes down to what we all choose, right? If everybody says, no, Bitcoin is king, we must have Bitcoin on top. We must use Ethereum because it's super expensive and makes poor people go, what the hell? I don't want to use that. Whereas we have these superior technologies like XRP and XLM. We got GRT. And then we have fun side projects that are just for fun. Decentraland, Mana. So it's showing you the versatility of the space. How cool and new, and the potential of this new space, man. And you're at the beginning. We're right here at the beginning. Not that it's just beginning, but it's just going mainstream. And so the whole world is going to be involved in this. And a lot of money is going to come into this space. Like I just told you, another $1 trillion is supposed to be coming in this April, starting this April. Well, we're already at 2, and that was an all-time high last week. I personally wouldn't touch Bitcoin with a 10-foot pole. But you can still get XRP for almost 2 for $1. And it's going to become essentially a global stable coin, or the global bridge cryptocurrency that bridges all assets with all other assets. So you can start out in Singapore with their currency, send $1 million to me right here in the US, and it immediately becomes the fiat that we're using as the physical representation of value. And then I can send it to you. Let's say you're in Africa. What are you doing in Africa? Anyway, for whatever reason, you're in Africa, and I send you the millionaire, and it immediately becomes whatever currency they're using. Oh, you're in South Africa. Okay, that makes more sense. Ripple just signed a new partnership with another Asian country. 40%, well, not the country, but a huge financial institution, let us say. And they got 40% of the stake in that institution, which, covers a lot of the financial sector of that country. So this is not a bad thing. This is not something to fear. This is going to level the playing field if we all support the right things, or just withdraw support from the wrong things. And speaking financially, I'm talking about everything that's in the nest. Okay, you get it or you don't. You see it or you don't. You know it or you don't. You feel it or you don't. You understand it or you don't. You'll do something or you'll just shrug shoulders. Again, we have to master duality. We're in a world of duality here, currently, presently. We have to master it. Understanding the right, left, up, down, back, forward paradigm. And, running the system from the center position. That way you have equal access to every direction. So you would be quick to move whenever you needed to move from the center position, versus if you're way off in left field and something happens over here down and right, you have to make a huge move just to get back to center, just to begin to move on that position from your now centered position. What were you doing way off in left field? It puts you at a terrible disadvantage. This is for you. This is for you. This is for us. Us, the avatars in this world. We have a higher mind to think with, to be guided with. We have a spirit. And now I've come to understand what the soul is. The soul is the personality of the spirit. So that's what transitions you from life to life, from avatar to avatar, but you still retain your you-ness, which would be what? Because spirits are invisible. Our etheric selves are invisible. So if you're looking at something invisible, how are you going to recognize it? You're going to recognize it by its personality. That's what we carry from life to life. That is the soul. And it accompanies the spirit. And we are to be guided by the spirit. And then there was and is the Great Spirit. And the Great Spirit has been talking the whole time I've been talking. Can you hear her? Love and light. Until next time, my friends and family. so beautiful.